What's up? It's your man Vinny and we deep in the field. And it's that time of the year. Football is back, baby. Training camp is in full effect. We got our first slate of preseason games underway this week. And the new season is right around the corner. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah? Stomp for me one time. Clap for me two times. Yes, y'all. And we back deep in the field season 2. So glad that we're here. And now that this new season is underway, y'all already know what we got to do, man. That opens the door to new uniforms and new helmets. Yes, so you know we got to do it. That's right. We're going to rank all the new helmets of the 2023 season from worst to best. Now, last year we had a lot of fun with our helmet ranking video. I caught a lot of slack last season from a few fans of different teams. And you know what? I expect to catch some slack this season too, because I'm going to make a few of y'all mad, okay? Y'all going to be in your feelings, but I don't care because we got to rank these things and see where everything is going to fall into place. So without further ado, let's get into this thing, shall we? Now, the first helmet we have is the Indianapolis Colts. The Indiana Knights black helmets. Now, we're going to cut right to the chase. These are some of the most hideous and cheesiest things I've ever seen. They did the ordinary thing that all teams do when they have no other creative alternative, and that's go with the black base helmet. And now that's fine. Don't get it twisted. It worked for other teams, and if the formula ain't bad, don't remix it. The black is supposed to evoke strength, fearlessness, and resilience. But for some odd reason, these are only evoking grade school project vibes. And not a good project at that. These get a complete F grade. I'm just looking at this and thinking to myself, y'all couldn't put the galloping horse or something on this? A kicking horse, a cowboy. Y'all the Indianapolis Colts, right? I don't get it. And then they had the nerve to put the matte finish, which can be hit or miss depending on the layout. And it's a miss across the board. Pure trash. And then the uniform choice just makes these super duper corny. They went with the all blue uniform, hints of black, and I guess it's supposed to resemble the Indiana night sky. Well, they need to say good night and put these ugly helmets to bed for good. But let's move on. Coming in at number 10, we got the Lions Den, because the Lions unveiled a satin blue helmet with their retro stalking lion logo to commemorate their 90th year anniversary. Now, the color on this thing is beautiful, okay? And again, it's that satin finish. I believe that satin finish with the blue is just going to pop. It's going to look nice under the sun or in the lights. Under Ford Field, wherever they're going to be playing. Well, obviously, it's going to be Ford Field because they have it confirmed that they will be wearing these week 8 on Monday night versus the Raiders and week 18 against the Vikings, both at home. So under the lights, this blue, beautiful helmet is going to look very nice. So don't get it twisted from that standpoint. But outside of the satin blue, that's where the bus stops. Because the stalking lion logo gives me Greyhound bus vibes. Or better yet, it reminds me of the grocery store Food Lion. Now, if you're on the East Coast, down south, then you know what I'm talking about. You know what Food Lion is. If you know, you know. Now, some throwback logos are cool, and most of them you can pay homage to today. But this logo needed to stay back in 1977 or wherever the hell it came from. And then look at the Mustang stripes. I see what they did there. They wanted to honor the Ford Mustang. That's cool and all. All right, I give them an A for the effort and for the thought. But the presentation and execution of this is completely unnecessary. Also, the uniform combo on these is pure trash can water. Gray on gray? Why? Now, what they could have done, and they still have time, but what they should have done is to pair these helmets up with the blue pants and the white jersey, or even blue on blue. Or they could have even pulled these off with the white on white. But come on, bruh, the gray, this is a hot mess. And after careful consideration, or not even consideration, but I looked into this a little bit further. And I do realize that the NFL has a rule It's a very absurd rule, but the NFL has a rule that all alternate helmets can only be worn with alternate uniforms. So I might give them a pass on this, and I'll put more blame on the NFL than the Detroit Lions fashion department. All right, so we can blame Roger Goodell. But don't fret, Lions fans, because I'm hearing they are coming with a new uniform next season. So you may can get excited for those. But for now, these, with everything going on, is a solid no. At number 9, I have to go with the Minnesota Vikings, who just knew they were doing something with their retro rollout. Now, similar to the Lions, I give them an A for the uniform, which is inspired from the 1960s and 70s. And I like the retro stripes. I love the larger gold trim numbers. It's very nostalgic. Gives you those Frank Tarkenton vibes. I could go on and on. But this isn't a jersey ranking. This is a helmet ranking. And I have a little bone to pick. Now, if you were going the full throwback mode, then why didn't you include the helmet and bring back the glossy finish? I feel that would have been the thing to make these pop. That would have been the thing to put these a little over the ranking that I'm giving them now. But instead, they chose to slap on the vintage horn and a gray face mask on the same matte helmet that they wear today anyway. And I have to be honest, it's not that impressive to me. It's very plain Jane, and it's technically a half-assed attempt at bringing the throwbacks into the current space, and it sucks, let's be real, because I was really feeling the jerseys, the pants, and everything else, but they dropped the ball on not delivering the full aesthetic for the headpiece. So for that, they're at number 9. At number 8, I got the New York Jets, who for the second year in a row have an alternate helmet in the fold. And based on this base color, I wouldn't be surprised if they're still going to be wearing their black helmets from last season at various points this year. But staying on topic with this classic, this will spark memories in all of you 70s and 80s babies. The days of the sack exchange. And players like Mark Gastineau, Abdul Salam, Marty Lyons. Look, I don't dislike them, but I have to place them here by default because there are simply so many better helmets ahead of them. Again, I like the classic Jets decal, but ultimately it's on the same green helmet as their current look today. And again, I won't fault them for that, since the NFL and all of its rules demand that teams not wear more than 2 helmet shells per season. So with that, the fans and the people watching from afar won't even really recognize a big difference outside of the black face mask being replaced by the white face mask. Other than that, it'll be the same old until you see them up close. So for that reason, they're 8. Very bland, not too bad, but not great. And what do we have here? An all-white base on a Denver Broncos helmet? That's right. The Denver Broncos unveiled their snow-capped helmets, and no cap, I was really feeling these. Key word in that phrase was. I love the classic D logo and the orange and blue stripes. I also like how they paid homage to the Colorado snow-capped mountains by ensuring they whited out the shells and the face mask. And let's be real, I love the fact that they finally experimented with another color other than their typical shades of blue. But when I got the chance to look at these for an extended period of time, I came to the conclusion that these aren't all that exciting. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's missing something. Like maybe they should have given the face mask a different color. Maybe it could have been orange, or maybe that could have been blue. I don't know. It's just missing something. And then to make matters worse, they're wearing these snow-capped helmets with their orange color rush jerseys. Like, can we not? Can we just do away with the color rush jersey? Why is that still a thing? Or am I the only one that feels this way? Y'all let me know in the comments. But yeah, the orange uniforms may be the thing that's throwing these off. Because it would have been cool if they went with an all-white option. I think that would have really looked very clean. It would have been very different. It would have gave you like those Oklahoma State University Cowboys vibes or something to that effect. But Again, I don't know why they chose to go with those, or why they didn't add a little bit more variation with the face mask. I don't know. The world may never know. We're moving on. At 6, I got the Arizona Cardinals out there in the hot desert. And they are another team making their second appearance in a row on this list. And they come in at number 6 this year. Now, last year, I ranked these guys hella high. And I'm not going to go as high as I did last year then. But I have to say, I do like these. Again, whoever does the Cardinals designing and their layouts, I have to give them their flowers, okay? They be doing their thing. Now, from first glimpse, these aren't much different than what we've been accustomed to seeing over the past few years. But upon closer investigation, see, you gotta look, you gotta use your eyes. And when you look closer, you realize not only does the Cardinal decal have that glossy finish to it, it also almost has a metallic look to it, but they also increase the size of both decals to where now the feathers are touching in the back. And I have to admit, I think this is a very nice touch. It really makes the Cardinal logo more prominent, but ultimately these are one of my favorites. It's similar to the black helmets that we got last year that will be making a reappearance this year, and I'm so happy for that. I hope they keep that in the rotation for years to come. But again, when the black made that reveal last year, I loved it, and I'm loving these as well. I hope these stick around for a while too. And honestly, I hope that these are going to be the staple going forward. Now, one thing I will say though, as far as that uniform, I'm not feeling those. I don't know what in the hell they were thinking with that. So Cardinals department, fashion department, whoever, y'all lost a few cool points with me on those, because these just look like Ohio State Buckeyes in a knockoff version. So I digress. The helmets are dope, uniforms are not. And maybe that's why they're in the middle of the pack. You're a Cardinals fan and you really like the uniforms. I don't. Kiss my ass, so what? Now, we're in the top 5 of my 2023 helmet ranking, and coming in at the 5th spot is the Tennessee Titans, or should I say the Tennessee Oilers, because they decided to bring back the retro Houston Oilers uniform from the golden days of Earl Campbell, the golden days of Warren Moon, Steve McNair, Eddie George, the list goes on. But I love this classic white helmet with the red face mask, red powder blue, red striping, and the trademark blue oil derrick outlined in red. Boy, these things is clean. I'm talking about clean. One of the cleanest helmets in NFL history. Again, and then when you look at it paired with the uniform, I love the powder blue jerseys, which will be the first time these jerseys will be worn at home since the Titans or the Oilers moved to Tennessee. Because if you don't remember, when the Oilers moved to Tennessee back in 1997, they did play their first 2 seasons in Tennessee as the Tennessee Oilers, and before becoming the Titans in 1999. Now, in that time, they wore their all-white uniforms at home, so we never got a chance to see the blue ones. But now we're finally getting to see these elite throwbacks hit the gridiron again, which is a fan favorite, and it's very deserving of a top 5 spot. So for that, I'm putting them at number 5. We love you, blue. Number 4, we got the Buccaneers, giving us the orange cream sickle uniform. Woo! When's the last time you seen these in the game? Probably 2012. If anyone knows me, you know I love this helmet with the Bucco Bruce decal on the side that we rarely see anymore. After its first years from 1976 to 1996, the Bucs adopted that red, pewter, and orange that we see today, and they really keep these bad boys hitting in the tuck. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, after 2012, they never made any reference or any hint that they would be bringing these back. So to be bringing them back after all those years, and it looks like they're having a huge campaign rollout with them, I'm very excited, very happy, because now you get to see these vibrant throwbacks in the mix. All right. And this just goes to show how much more vibrant the color palette of the NFL teams were in the 90s. Nowadays, it seems like everybody has switched to those darker hues, which is no problem, but it is going to be a good change up from what we see on the usual. Again, the white helmet and the original Bucko Bruce is one of my favorite logos of all time. And honestly, I wish they would keep this logo around for a while, or at least wear these uniforms much more often. I would be even open to them wearing the away versions with the all white, or even the white jersey with the creamsicle pants. Because again, this is just, some people, it might be a little too much for your eyes, too bright, or what have you, but for me, I think it's just right. And I also think that these should be in the rotation much more often, because the flag and the skull that they wear today is just a little played out to me. But that's just me. Now, as we close in on the top 3 spots, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Not these. Let us be thankful that they didn't bring these hideous Wolverine helmets back, but the Kelly Greens. Now, people have been waiting on this since the day they were first rumored to make a comeback, and that was maybe 2 years ago. All right, we've been waiting for these for that long, and now we finally have them. They're finally here. The Kelly Green helmet and uniform combo, a nostalgic, clean, and one of the better throwbacks out there. I see these and immediately think of Randall Cunningham, Herm Edwards, Reggie White. A lot of great players graced this uniform, and now the legacy continues. These are an all-time favorite for me, and that's coming from a fan of a divisional rival, the Commanders. So that's how you know there is no bias with me, no preconceived hatred. I'm going to keep it real where the real is supposed to be kept, okay? These are clean. They're that clean from top to bottom. They even brought back the silver pants. Oh, no, they didn't bring back those silver pants with them. That's why I'm a huge fan. The color is vibrant. The helmet is cohesive with the uniform, and it almost would have been my number 1 spot. But that just tells you how great the next 2 helmets that we're going to talk about were. And you probably want to know who I'm talking about. You want to know? You really want to know? Who let the dogs out? Yes, the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, definitely in a house, because they shocked the world when they unveiled these here. The all-white helmet with the icy uniforms. Now, the helmet has not been seen in decades. 7 to be exact. Yeah, it's been that long since they've worn anything but an orange helmet. Now, say what you want, but these are hard. I love this for the Browns. It looks good. It fits their whole team, their whole brand. The face mask looks great. The uniform pieces together, and it's just a very great cohesive look. They're pairing these shells with their throwback jerseys that we saw back in 2021. And if I'm the Browns, I got to be real. I'm making these a permanent staple because they're that clean. And they already have to be feeling this way because they ensured to pencil these helmets in for 3 games. Yes, make that 3. They'll debut the helmets on week 2 against the Steelers on Monday night. Then they'll bring them out at home on week 6 against the 49ers. And then we'll get a final finale with them on week 17 versus the Jets. They honor the team's whiteout series presented by Dude Wipes. And they are even encouraging their fans to show up to the games wearing all white. So you got to respect that. They're getting the fans involved and they're taking it back to the roots. Like I said earlier, these date back to the Browns' first 6 seasons in existence wearing white helmets until 1952, when they shifted to the orange helmets that we have come to know today. And to make things even better, these helmets got some history with them. All right? Or not so much history, but it's just a little rival jabs. And I'll bring you up to speed. So the Bengals had a run with the Browns at one point when their helmets resembled the Browns. I don't have the exact dates, but I'll show you a picture here. So when these helmets were unveiled, or the Bengals played with these helmets, Browns fans, Browns ownership, they were they were taken aback by it and saying, like, you know, what's going on? Are you all trying to steal our look? What's up? Well, if you know that, And then you all remember the Bengals unveiled their Snow Bengal helmets last season, which they will continue to wear this year as well. Then you know that Bengals fans are now upset, saying that the Browns got the inspiration to white it out from the Bengals. And you know what? I'm here for it. Keep the bad blood going between these two franchises and let the Bengals know you can do it better than them. And I, for one, think they are better. So, Bengals fans, y'all hated on me last year. Y'all gonna hate on me again. I think the Browns whiteout versions look way better than yours. Cleveland in the house. Now, for the end-all, be-all, the creme de la creme of alternate helmets of 2023, I got to go with the 12s and the Seattle Seahawks. Hands down, this is my favorite helmet of the 2023 rollout. We finally get a chance to see these since they put them away before the official rebrand. Back in 1999, 2001, it was one of those seasons. 20 plus years, we have not seen these helmets at all. And boy, am I happy. Because the Seahawks did their things with these, top to bottom, east to west, around and back around. From the royal blue tops, apple green accents, silver pants, and then to top it off with the silver helmet, blue face mask with the original Seahawks logo. Immediately, these bring you back to the days of Steve Largent and Cortez Kennedy. The upgrades are nice as they feature the new Nike Fuse material around the collar and the modern cut for a better fit. But other than that, we're pretty much getting the same thing that the Seahawks brought to the field between 1983 to 2001. Now, the uniform, or the jersey rather, is paying homage to the Kane Dome, which was their original stadium back in 1976 to 1999. So you got those cool features added into the uniform. But again, bro, I can't wait to see the whole aesthetic, this whole thing on the field in real game action. And the accessories are going to go crazy with these. Not to mention the media spread and rollout of these was just brilliant. Big shout out to them and their whole team with what they did. Having Jackson Smith and Jigba, I hope I'm saying his name right, but having him wake up in the 1990s, the nostalgic sitcom style with the old room. It just brought back memories. If you grew up in the 90s playing Sega Genesis on the Windows computer, the bed sheets, just everything. Not that he would know anything about that. But at the end of the day, they had real fun with these and they got very creative. And just from the looks of the pictures and the whole video and the spread of them walking through the facility, wearing the uniform, seeing the helmet, you could tell that the players love them. And you know the saying, if you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you play good. And this helmet, this uniform combo looks damn good. And the uniform and just the way that the players feel about them and how you can tell, it's just going to put the cherry on top. So, again, I'm all for this helmet being number one. Why? Because the rollout was supreme. They even upgraded the throwback, making it a modern day classic. It's a fresh look for them. Fans have been clamoring to see the helmets make a comeback after years. And I hope Week 8 versus the Cleveland Browns will not be the last we see of these bad boys this season and beyond. Hopefully they're wearing these for seasons to come, and this again is part of their rotation. But there you have it, my helmet ranking video 2023. Low key, it felt like a helmet and uniform ranking video when it's all said and done, because so many teams did different things this year. And I love it. I'm here for it. Not to say I'm a fan of all of them, but I think that the NFL is moving in a good space when it comes to the visual aesthetics and all of that. But man, y'all know what it is. It's your man, Vinny. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your list looks like. Who's in your top spot? Is it similar to mine, or are you putting somebody like the Colts at the top? Let me know. In the meantime, stay tuned for more NFL content the networks are uncovering. And since it's the official launch of season 2, we're kicking in a high gear. All gas, I don't even have to finish the rest. My name is Vinny. This is Deep in the Field, where you know we keeps it real. And I'm going to catch y'all real soon. Peace. No. keeps it real. Deep in the field, yeah, I gotta keep it real. Gotta keep it real. I how to steal, I'ma tell it like it. Tell it like it. No going home, my nigga, I'm going big. Monkeys. It's your man Vinny and I'm